Would you like some good quality anime merch? Well, you can get that from our sponsor today, Beautiful Halo, link in the description. And on your next $49 plus order, get 5% off with the code MEME, and $99 plus order with code MEME for 10% off. Anywho, now that that was done, pretty much, well, Naruto actually used this time and to gather nature energy and break out of the rods, and then said, I will find true peace in this world. I promise you this. You fight for a good cause, but I'm sorry. I have to protect my village. And basically, as soon as he says this, Pain realizes that he's lost, and he couldn't even do much to Naruto, to be honest. And yeah, Naruto literally annihilated Pain with a Rasen Shuriken. Literally, he created it instantly. And yeah, sorry guys, just had to get something out. Anywho, he created it instantly to annihilate Pain, and he destroyed the body. But of course, to use the chakra rods to actually find out where the real Pain is, because he actually found out that there must be another Pain controlling them, because they were all puppets, and most of them were literally made out of a thing metal, scrap metal, pretty much. Anywho, now Naruto tracks the reverse something, tracks them, I forgot the name, and goes up to Nagato, and in the end the same thing happens like in the original. And then after this, while that was happening, of course the village started getting remade and everything, and of course the 5-5 summit was Welcome back, guys. This is THEKINGofWEEBS here, and this is what if Naruto went into a coma part 3 finale. This is the end. Yes, this might be a bit short, but it is what it is. Anywho, last time we left off with Naruto actually going off on his own to find Satsuki. Well, find Akatsuki, and he has been searching, and since he has a greater, a much better sensory ability now, since you know how he trained and everything. Yes, he's much better at sensing chakras. And yes, so now Naruto is searching for Satsuki, and he finds her chakra signature, and just saying, she still created, you know, Team Taka, even though they might not be as relevant since Satsuki is so much stronger now, but it is what it is. Now Naruto, who has been searching for Satsuki and found her, he's been following them, and Satsuki didn't even notice. Naruto is actually really good at stealth. Remember, he did train with Jiraiya and them, not them, Jiraiya, just Jiraiya, but it is what it is. So Satsuki actually arrived to a spot where only Satsuki was allowed to go, and Kisame of course didn't allow anyone else to go. And yes, so Satsuki went, and Team Taka, I believe, or Hebi, Team Heavy, I'm not sure, let me check again. Team Heavy, yeah, there we go. Anywho, yeah, so now Naruto, who has been following Satsuki, actually gets intercepted by Kisame. Kisame doesn't actually fight Suigetsu here, and so he literally goes in front of Naruto, and Naruto gets stopped in his tracks, and he's like, wow, so you noticed me already, Kisame. And basically, Naruto doesn't know who Kisame is, but of course, Kisame doesn't care who Naruto is. And here's what it is. Naruto then says, get out of my way if you don't want to die. And Kisame says, aren't you a bit cocky? And basically, Naruto's like, I'll kill you if you don't get out of my way. Basically, Kisame now is like, shut up, you brat. And literally tries to swing Samahada, I'm not sure, his sword at Naruto. But of course, Naruto, being Naruto, was able to dodge easily with no fatigue at all. Literally, that his was like, nah, bro, you ain't hitting me with that, and literally teleports away. Yes, Naruto has used the flying Raijin right there, but it is what it is. Now Naruto, who has to fight Kisame. Kisame will not give him an easy fight, of course, and so he actually begins by unwrapping Samahara from his thing. Of course, he doesn't unwrap the sword. Literally, the sword just comes out as a nah, fam, let me fight for real. And Naruto realized that this might not be an easy fight after all. Anywho, now Naruto, who has realized that this fight will be pretty hard, he's actually got into Sage mode, and he's like, "You're not going to beat me," and realizes that Kisame is just wasting time for Sasuke to actually begin our fight, and Naruto's and Kisame's fight begins. Of course, Naruto has no intel on Kisame, so the fight would be actually really hard for Naruto, especially because Naruto literally knows nothing about Kisame, like I said multiple times, and the intel is crucial, especially in a fight when you don't even know who you're going up against. Like, bro, does Naruto know who he's going up against? No, it's Kisame. Kisame is not an easy opponent. He's known as the tailless tailed beast in the first place. So you should not underestimate someone like Kisame, especially because Naruto should know that himself. He knows that himself, not to underestimate any of the Akatsuki members, because they are S-rank shinobi just like him. And anywho, now Naruto, who has realized that Kisame might not be as easy as he thought he would be, actually starts fighting properly. Anywho, Kisame actually knowing how to use his sword, and Naruto just using a kunai and teleporting away every time he's about to get hit, realizes that if he keeps going like this, he will lose, and he's running out of time. Of course, Kisame then says, "Hey, you lot, do you really want this brat to gain your captain's team?" And Suigetsu and Jugo actually realize that Naruto is he's going against Satsuki, and they realize that Naruto should be put down as fast as possible because they don't want the team leader to have any more troubles. So Suigetsu and both Jugo get in the fight, and they fight against Naruto. And the only reason Kisame did this is because he doesn't want to show all of his strength, especially to weaklings like them. He thinks they're weaklings, but of course Naruto's no weakling. We know that ourselves. Come on, guys. If you guys think Naruto's a weakling, I don't know what you guys are thinking of. Anywho, now Naruto realizes that this fight might be a bit hard to a bit too hard for him on his own, so he actually begins powering up. Naruto actually then opens his eyes and just saying Naruto wasn't in Sage mode yet. Naruto is going to go on Sage mode now, and so he does. And basically now Kisame and them lot realize that Naruto held back all of this time, and now look at him. He's going all out now. And he not what they think is they think that Naruto is going all out, and you could say he is, but of course he's not, because Naruto doesn't like using KCM because he doesn't feel like he deserves it yet, because he never really fought the Nine Tails himself, and he wants to first prove himself to the Nine Tails, even though the Nine Tails clearly knows that Naruto is actually a really strong shinobi and he respects Naruto, and so he just gave him KCM, but Naruto doesn't like using it. So not technically for right now, this is Naruto at full power, so his own full power, since he doesn't feel like he's worthy of KCM yet. But his way is Naruto will get get KCM soon, especially because he's going to fight the Nine Tails to prove himself to it, because he thinks that the Nine Tails doesn't really think of Naruto as too much of a threat. He feels that the Nine Tails thinks that Naruto's underwhelming, but to be honest, the Nine Tails clearly knows that Naruto's overwhelming, and literally he could overwhelm him at any time. But his ways now, the Nine Tails, who has been watching this fight, realizes that Naruto might be in trouble and wants to help him, but Naruto doesn't take his help. Naruto says that he can handle this on his own. He's not that weak, and the Nine Tails knows that, because he was Naruto's teacher for 8 years pretty much now. And the Nine Tails like, "Alright, Naruto, and we'll see. When you need my help, just ask me." And Naruto's like, "I won't need it." And then the little link went off. Anywho, now Naruto, who has 3 opponents to actually fight, especially because one is in his curse mark 2. Suigetsu has a Kekkei Genkai. I'm pretty sure his water thing is a Kekkei Genkai. If it's not, I'm sorry. I'm not sure it is, because I like Suigetsu as a character, but I never really went in depth of researching him. For example, so one that I actually researched myself. Like literally, I wanted to know more about. It was I think Kisame. I don't really well, and Zabuza too. I know that I know quite a bit of them, but I'm not gonna say here. Anywho, now Naruto, who has been fighting the three, realizes that slowly his chakra is being drained, and he already knows the reason for this, and says that he needs to get rid of that damned sword, and so he actually goes for the sword, so which means that he's going for Kisame. He actually blitzes past both Jugo and Suigetsu, and he gets to Kisame, and Kisame says, "Do you really think you can beat me?" The Naruto, even though he realized that the sword is absorbing his chakra, he doesn't understand that the sword can only absorb. Oh well, he doesn't know that the sword can absorb any ninjutsu, for example, even a tail beast bomb. And Naruto actually goes ahead and does a massive Rasengan, which actually explodes, but in reality, it was absorbed by Kisame. Kisame got a massive power boost from this, and was pretty buffed now. And Naruto realized that he messed up, and he understood what Samahara does. And by this time, just saying, the fight has been going on for quite a while, and Suigetsu and both Jugo got healed by Karin, of course, and yeah, now Naruto has to go up against them three again, and since two of them are healed again, since they were pretty injured, especially because of Naruto being pretty OP, he injured them not enough to kill them, because he thinks that if they're part of Satsuki's team, he believes that Satsuki chose them herself, and if she chose them herself, that means they must have some kind of ace up their sleeves. And to be honest, they don't really anymore, because they use pretty much everything on Naruto, and Naruto thinks that they have a bit more, but he keeps them alive because he doesn't want to kill Satsuki's new friends, because he believes that Satsuki makes the best decision in his opinion. But anyway, while this was all happening, Satsuki actually met with Itachi, and Itachi says, "So you're here finally, younger sister." And basically Satsuki is like, "I only have one thing to ask you before I leave. Why did you do it? Why did you kill them? Tell me now, Itachi. Tell me, why did you kill our parents, our whole entire clan? There must be a reason for it." And basically then Itachi says, "Nothing comes for free. Everything has a price. And that price is your eyes. Satsuki, you came here with the Mangekyo Sharingan. Give me your eyes, and I shall tell you why I did it." And basically Satsuki's like, "I will not give you my eyes, never." And the only reason she's saying this is because she still wants to see Naruto. Anywho, Naruto's pretty much her whole life right now. Anywho, now Itachi was actually not being serious, like I'm pretty sure you guys know, and he's only trying to provoke Satsuki, because he believes that Satsuki will only get stronger if she hates him. But of course she doesn't hate him, and basically Satsuki then says, I'm not here for a fight. Just tell me the truth, Itachi. Why did you do it? Was it really because you were seeking power? Was it really because you wanted to test yourself?" And basically Itachi then says, "I'll only tell you if you're able to beat me. But let me warn you, it won't be easy. And if I win, be sure that you will die." And basically Satsuki's like, if you were ruthlessly killed our parents, I don't think you'd leave me alive again." And basically she actually blitzes Itachi, and Itachi was pretty impressed by Satsuki's speed, and Satsuki literally shoves her sword inside the Itachi's chest, and Itachi then turns into crows as per normal, since Itachi saw this from a mile away. He literally wanted to just test Satsuki's speed, and realized that Satsuki is pretty fast, especially faster than most ninjas. But something he doesn't know is about Satsuki is her wood release, which is kind of overpowered. And I know this is kind of controversial. Giving her a wood release is kind of mad, but still, you will understand why, because Naruto will get a bit too overpowered in the future. So I can't have a massive power creep between the two main characters. Anywho, now, I mean, there is already in the in the original, since Naruto's so much stronger than Sasuke. Yes, I'm a Naruto Todd. Anywho, now, Naruto, who has been fighting these lot for a while, realized that he's running low on chakra, and literally now he had no other choice but to ask the Nine Tails to just replenish his chakra, and the Nine Tails like, "No problem, Naruto," and literally replenishes it. And Kisame, who is still buffed from the power boost he got from Naruto, is still fighting at full strength. Literally, not full strength. He's not going all out like he would have against someone like Killer B. Since he doesn't know that Naruto can actually use his you know, KCM, but if Naruto uses it, he's going to have to escape. But then Naruto actually opens his eyes, and they all realize that Naruto is fully, somehow fully recovered and has all his chakra back, and they are pretty confused about this. And Kisame has a little hunch that maybe he's absorbing chakra from the Ninetales. And just saying, this fight is a bit ahead of time right now, and the true fight that you're all wondering what's happening to is Satsuki's one. I'm pretty sure. If it's not, I don't know what you're thinking about, because this fight is pretty irrelevant. It's just to buy time, and Naruto's not really going all out. If he wanted to go all out, he would have, and he doesn't really know where Itachi is, and he has to follow Satsuki. He can still feel her chakra. He didn't feel a spike in her chakra, and yes, Satsuki hasn't used too much chakra yet. Literally, just a little bit, like a body flicker, and maybe Naruto thought that she's using body flicker, but she tried to blitz Itachi in reality. Of course, that goes unknown to Naruto, but it is what it is. Now, while Satsuki was fighting Itachi, and she was actually about to go all out with the Chidori and everything, and she actually started using wood release already, and this startled Itachi. He's like, wait, what? How? And basically literally had to dodge. And just saying, Satsuki's actually using the deep forest emergence, and this is actually going to absorb chakra from Itachi. And just saying, I'm not sure if he does absorb chakra, but I'm pretty sure it releases a gas where you go to sleep, and this is going to affect Itachi quite a lot, especially because he's already ill, half dead, and literally now look at him in the state he is. He won't be able to survive for much longer. And Satsuki starts walking slowly towards him, and basically Itachi then says, do you really think this is the true extent of my power? And Satsuki's like, if you can't even if you can't even withstand the gas from this from my deep forest emergence, you're nothing, older brother. You cannot beat me, just tell me. And basically then, out of nowhere, Itachi starts laughing and says, we'll see about that. And turns on, well, not turns on, literally activates his Mangekyo, and fires off a, an Amaterasu towards the forest. Not really Satsuki. He wouldn't hurt Satsuki. Anywho, Satsuki dodges it because she thought it was headed towards her, but in reality it really wasn't. It was literally headed towards the roots of the deep forest emergence, and annihilated the deep forest emergence. So the gas actually stopped, and Satsuki realized that Itachi is actually much stronger than she underestimated Itachi's true abilities. Then she actually decides to go all out and use her fire release now, and of course Satsuki made a massive fireball jutsu, and Itachi actually jumped up, and then she actually did a few a few massive fireballs, and they broke through the roof. And of course she's going to do the same thing as Sasuke did in the original, and Satsuki jumps up to the roof while Itachi is just looking up at her, and Itachi's there. So what's your next move, Satsuki? If you're not able to finish me off now, I'm going to kill you. There's no need of continuing this fight. It's just unfair on you. I'll end your suffering, Satsuki. I'll send you where I sent our parents to. And basically Satsuki kind of gets pissed at this, and then activates her own Mangekyo and says, we'll see about that, older brother. And as soon as she says this, the man said Karin, the Kirin appears, and Itachi's eyes widen, and then Satsuki says, now feel the pain our parents felt. And basically she wasn't going to try to kill him, but she was going to immobilize him and literally put him out of this fight easy. It would have been an easy win for Satsuki, since she never really uses a Mangekyo, but still. Anywho, now Itachi kind of showed a bit of fear in his eyes, but in reality he wasn't really scared. He just used the Susanoo, the Yata mirror, to block all of it. And then Satsuki, once the smoke actually cleared, she actually realizes that he did nothing. Literally, she did nothing to Itachi, and Itachi was just there standing and said, so is this it, younger sister? And basically Satsuki is looking at the Susanoo, and she's like, "Who is that?" And just saying, Satsuki doesn't cannot use the Susanoo yet. She has never used the the Susanoo. The Mangekyo Sharingan, because she never really thought it was needed, especially after finding out the you know how it can backfire on you real quick. And she's like, "No, I'm good. I'd rather not lose my eyesight. I don't want to do that to myself." And so now she realized how much power the Mangekyo actually gives you, and she kind of regrets not using it, and it is what it is. But still, now it's too late. She thinks she's about to die, but it's not true. Itachi would never kill her. Itachi is not the type of guy to actually kill his younger sister. If he didn't do it to Sasuke, he's not going to do it to her. Anywho, now, and Satsuki prepares for her death and literally looks down and says, "Goodbye, Naruto. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Dad." And basically, as soon as she says this, Itachi walks towards her, and she literally looks at him in fear, to be honest. And she realizes that this might be the end, and pretty much that's what she thought. But so Itachi then smiled and said, "You've grown really strong, younger sister. I hope you have a nice life, and I'm sorry I couldn't tell you the truth." And basically, as soon as he says this, he drops to the ground, and Satsuki's like, "What just happened?" And yeah, of course, Itachi dies just like in the original, and Naruto saw the explosion from the distance, and he's like, what just happened? And literally starts going towards the battlefield. He blitzes through all of them, and Kisame realized that it's all over. Itachi's gone, he's dead, and he's like, "Farewell, partner." And as soon as he says this, he says, "Anyways, I shall be leaving now. Thank you for aiding me." Well, not really aiding me, you kinda got in my way, but anyways, I should thank you guys. Bye. And literally leaves on his own, and Suigetsu's didn't get to fight him after all. And then basically they head towards the battlefield too, because they're worried about Satsuki. And yeah, now basically the rest, well, Naruto actually arrives at the battlefield to see that there is a masked man. Yes, of course, Satsuki still falls to the ground because she's tired and she's out of chakra. There is a masked man in the shadows, and literally comes to Satsuki and takes her away. And Naruto's like, "God, what?" And basically tries to follow them. He can't really feel the chakra anymore, and then basically he shouts out. He gives off a little battle cry. No, not really battle cry, but still he's pretty pissed off at himself that he let Satsuki go. And now look what happened. Look at what happened. She's gone again. She got kidnapped or something. He doesn't even know what happened to her. Where did she go? Who took her? He wants to kill whoever took her. And basically now Naruto feels guilty for taking so long, and look what happened. She's gone. He was so close to coming back to her. Well, bringing her back to the village, and now look, gone again. And basically Naruto was pretty pissed. But of course, while this was all happening, Satsuki then woke up a few days later. Naruto returned to the village, and Team Hebi was actually taken back. Taken by what's his name? Obito. Obito Uchiha. I'm joking, not Obito. Obito Uchiha, and well, Toby, to be honest. And they were asking where Satsuki was, and basically he assures them that she's safe and not to worry. Nothing will happen to her. And yeah, of course they listen and they follow him. And yeah, after all, Satsuki's being told what happened to what really happened in the Uchiha massacre, before the Uchiha massacre, and why Itachi actually killed the clan and everything. She was confused on why Itachi never told her, but she wasn't too fussed about it. She was more pissed off at the villagers, at the village, for making her brother do this. And now she has a grudge against the village, not against her friends or anything, but against the village itself. She wants to make the Leaf Elders suffer just like her brother did, and also a few of the villagers who treated the who hated the Uchiha clan, and she knows about this, and just saying now Satsuki joins the Akatsuki, and Naruto doesn't really find out. Naruto's kind of depressed, and he's on his own in his room until he gets the news of Jiraiya. Yes, Jiraiya still dies here, unfortunately. Jiraiya actually went off when Naruto was actually in a mission on his own, and Jiraiya trusted Naruto because and basically Naruto got told about Jiraiya's fate. What happened to Jiraiya, not his fate. And Naruto was pretty pissed, and not only did he lose Sasuke again, but he even lost his godfather, and at this rate Naruto was losing everyone. And so Naruto went into a depressed state and really didn't have anything else to live for. Satsuki's gone, he couldn't save her, and his own his godfather slash sensei is gone, and now look, everything is gone to shies. Naruto really didn't want to lose anyone ever again, but look, he lost his godfather, and he could have saved him if he was with them, if he was with him, not with them, with him, and he wasn't. Naruto is pretty pissed off at himself, but he can't really do anything, and he's gone into his depressed state just like in the original. And of course Iruka and Shikamaru try to console Naruto, and of course Naruto still gets gets the resolve to protect the village, because he knows about Pain actually going Pain, and he wants to protect the villagers. And yeah, so just saying, while this was all happening, Killer Bee was still fighting Satsuki, and here Killer Bee actually got captured. Yes, Killer Bee dies here, unfortunately. He has to die. And now Naruto, who was in the village actually meditating, getting his mind ready for the fighting coming, gets woken up by a shockwave in the village, and Naruto realizes that maybe they're here, and so he rushes to the battlefield where he thinks the battle is happening, and he's ready to fight. He's ready to avenge his fallen godfather and master. And yes, so Naruto arrives in front of the Pains, and the Diva Path decided that to have no mercy, and says, "Oh, so you're already here? Well, I guess we don't need this village to get in our way. So let's destroy it so you can fight at your best." And basically Naruto's like, "Wait, what?" And as soon as he says this, the Dio path, orders the other paths to actually attack Naruto, and Naruto's occupied, and Naruto realizes that the Diva path's not joking, he's floating up in the air, and then he says, "Now, this world shall feel pain." And Naruto, being underneath, not being able to do anything right now because he's fighting, basically feels an immense amount of gravity falling towards the village, and he himself had to withstand it, and he wasn't able to actually go KCM to actually protect the village from this, and the whole village gets annihilated. A lot of people die, even Kakashi dies, and Naruto gets pretty pissed off, and he screams and literally punches through one of the paths, which was actually the Naruto path, the one that Naruto destroyed in one punch against in front of Tsunade, just like in the original. And Tsunade, who wasn't able to do anything, still is trying to heal everyone, and it was pretty much in vain because most people are dead now. And yeah, so now Naruto, who just saw everything happen in front of his eyes, and he was getting ready to actually fight Pain, wasn't able to do anything, anything against him. All he could do is protect himself and watch as not watch, and literally just witness the destruction happening behind him, because he was literally in the front lines of fighting against Pain, because no one could really fight him anymore, and Naruto was the last one to actually be able to fight. And yeah, look what happened now. Naruto, who wanted to protect the village with everything he has, literally just let it go to Shizel. You know what I mean? Anywho, Naruto's pretty pissed off at himself, at Pain, and he wants revenge not only for his master, but he wants revenge for everyone who died and everyone who lost their lives for no reason. Literally, Naruto's pissed. He's beyond pissed, and so he actually lets out a scream, and rushes the Pain's. But since Naruto knows about the Pain's actual abilities, he's not stupid and rushing in without blind. He's actually being smart about it, and he knows what to do. He knows how to counter a few of them. For example, the absorbing one, he has intel on that one because of Katsuyu. You know how she's still here. Yeah, she gives info to Naruto. Since Naruto was kind of late to the battle, he got woken up because he was actually in a cave where he was training on his own, and he felt the shockwave much later, literally a long time after the attack, and arrived too late. And Naruto, that's what pisses him off the most, that Naruto was training just to protect the village, and look what happened. He couldn't do anything to save them. All he did is arrive at the battlefield and the village is gone. Anywho, now Naruto literally blitzing the paths of Pains and going up against them one by one. He's annihilating each one of them. He actually summons his summonings because of the summoning path, summoning summons, you know, the summoning thing. Yeah, I said summons way too many times, sorry guys. Anyway, you know that. And Naruto summons Gamabunta and the other toads to fight off the summons, and Naruto's like, do you think that I'm going to let this slide? Pain, I'm going to destroy you. Just wait and see. I'll annihilate you. I'll make you suffer, just like you made everyone here suffer. And basically then Pain says, suffering? You guys call this suffering? Don't make me laugh. This is nothing. You cannot understand the pain that I went through. In my age, you do not understand anything. Nanto's Jinchuriki. And basically then Naruto says, shut up, I'm going to kill you. And basically as soon as he says this, Pain's there, then come at me. And yes, Pain is literally going all out now, and he doesn't care about the consequences. He doesn't care if his body gets annihilated. Nagato is pretty pissed off that Naruto said that he's going to make him feel pain, and he doesn't understand. Nagato says that he doesn't understand what true pain is, and he basically then Naruto starts fighting blindly, literally not even in Sage mode. Naruto just starts fighting and just saying the only reason he was able to destroy one of the paths is because Naruto was using the rage boost, and Naruto really in this state of rage he cannot actually gather nature energy, and this is his downfall. Naruto, even though he summoned the toads to fight them off, he was actually able to throw Rasen Shuriken to destroy the human path, and then he actually used once he actually got blocked by the King of Hell path, Naruto then actually used this opportunity to go into Sage mode, actually calming his head, since Katsuyu told Naruto to calm down. If he does this, he's just going to allow Pain to win, and Naruto's like, alright, let me focus. And basically as soon as he did this, he actually went into Sage mode, and he made the sorry, not the King of Hell path, the absorbing path. Naruto made him absorb the nature energy and turned him into a a toad statue. I'm pretty sure that's what they call it. Anywho, now Naruto actually blitzes the other two paths, the two remaining paths. Yes, the summoning one got annihilated by Naruto. Naruto had no mercy for it, and yeah, now that only the Diva path and now that only the Diva path and the King of Hell path are remaining. The King of Hell path actually tried to try to revive the Naraka path to actually help out Naruto. Actually blitzes past the so fast that even the Rinnegan couldn't keep up, and literally destroys that path within a second, to be honest. As soon as the Diva path was able to look backwards, he actually saw Naruto shoving the Rasengan into the other path, and Naruto, who has used a ton of chakra right there, the amount of chakra Naruto used there was immense. Literally, it was way too much for anyone to really handle, and Naruto realized that maybe he went a bit too overboard, and realized that he's run out of his Sage mode, and this is where Naruto effed up. his downfall was coming right now. Naruto realized that he messed up, and as soon as he realized that the Diva Path, well, as soon as the Diva Path realized that Naruto has no chance of winning now, literally blitzed past, literally went through everything Naruto. Literally, he went through Naruto. He didn't really go through Naruto. He literally blitzed Naruto and was able to throw one of the chakra absorbing rods through Naruto's chest. And Naruto realized that he has a hole in his chest now, and basically, Naruto is God damn it. After this, Pain actually decides to go fully all out and annihilate Naruto, and actually full on put him in that same position that he was in the original. Anywho, Naruto was like, God damn it, and yes, Naruto's pretty much well, I wouldn't say dead, but literally he's in a bad position right now. Of course, some people are watching from far away and they can't really do anything, and Naruto is pretty pissed off that he himself, someone who has been trained by a legendary Sanin himself for like Jiraiya, and he couldn't beat him, and it's he knows that he could have, but it's his own fault that he couldn't, because he was too cocky and he went all out from the, well, he didn't actually plan ahead his attack, and look what happened now. Now he's putting the rest of the villagers who are still alive, and his friends, if they're still alive somewhere, in danger. And so Naruto realizes what to, well, asks him why he's doing this, and basically then Pain gives the same speech as in the original, which I'm going to roll now.
You asked me why I'm doing all this. But even if I told you why, I doubt very strongly that the knowledge would change anything at all. But let's say that I take the time to explain it to you. What do you think would happen then? My goal is to fulfill the dream even Jiraiya-sensei was unable to achieve. What I want is to create peace and bring about justice. Oh, I see. That is noble of you. That would be justice. However, what about my family? My friends? My village? They suffered the same fate as this village at the hands of you hidden leaf ninja. How is it fair to let only you people preach about peace and justice? Once, the land of fire and the hidden leaf had grown too big. To protect their national interests, they forced feudal clans to wage war against each other, and profited from it. Otherwise, the people of the villages would have starved. As it happened, our little nation and its villages became the battlefield where the great nations waged their war. Each time they did, our nation was ravaged and laid to waste. After many such battles, the great nation stabilized, but our smaller nation suffered, and it barely recovered. You and I are both seeking the very same thing. We both want to achieve the peace that Jiraiya-sensei envisioned. You and I are the same. We're both motivated by our desire for peace and justice. The justice that I have delivered against the Leaf Village is no different from what you are trying to do to me. Everyone feels the same pain when losing something dear. You and I have both experienced that pain. You strive for your justice, and I strive for mine. We're both just ordinary men who have been driven to seek vengeance in the name of justice. And if one comes to call vengeance justice, such justice will only breed further vengeance and trigger a vicious cycle of hatred. Right now, we live in such a cycle. I know the past and can foretell our future. It is the same as our history. So we believe that human beings simply cannot understand each other, and they never will. The shinobi world of ours is ruled by hatred, and hatred alone. So, Naruto, how would you confront this hatred in order to create peace? I want to know what your answer is.
I don't know. I don't have an answer.
Anywho, now that that was done, pretty much, well, Naruto actually used this time and to gather nature energy and break out of the rods, and then said, I will find true peace in this world. I promise you this. You fight for a good cause, but I'm sorry. I have to protect my village. And basically, as soon as he says this, Pain realizes that he's lost, and he couldn't even do much to Naruto, to be honest. And yeah, Naruto literally annihilated Pain with a Rasen Shuriken. Literally, he created it instantly. And yeah, sorry guys, just had to get something out. Anywho, he created it instantly to annihilate Pain, and he destroyed the body, but of course to use the chakra rods to actually find out where the real Pain is, because he actually found out that there must be another Pain controlling them, because they were all puppets, and most of them were literally made out of a thing metal, scrap metal, pretty much. Anywho, now Naruto tracks the reverse chakra, reverse something, tracks them, I forgot the name, and goes up to Nagato, and in the end that the same thing happens like in the original. And then after this, while that was happening, of course the village started getting remade and everything, and of course the Five Kage Summit was still announced, and because of Killer Bee's capture, and Naruto realized that Satsuki got captured by she's not captured, and Satsuki is now in the Akatsuki, and Haraikage wants her dead, and Naruto's like, no, I cannot allow this to happen. And so he actually goes off on his own, follows Danzo, and this time Sakura never really has to say, oh, I love you, Naruto. Like, so this time she's not as hateful, and now Naruto is actually gone on his own, and Sakura actually comes with him, and same as Shino, Shikamaru, and Choji. They all go together since they're all friends, and of course Kakashi and Yamato still take them, and yes, Naruto in the end still meets up. The Five Kage Summit still ends the same way like it ended in the original, with of course not in the original Sasuke actually tried to kill Sakura, but here this time she never really tries to kill Sakura, and Naruto is there first, and this time Naruto asks her to come back, and Danzo's dead by now, and she says, I'm sorry, I'm too far gone, Naruto. I wish I could go back to the life that I had once, but it's too late now. I can't, not anymore. Goodbye, Naruto. And Naruto says, no, Satsuki, you don't have to do this. And basically Satsuki leaves, and with Obito, and the five war upon the five great nations has been declared. Of course, the five great nations now, the five great villages now actually decide to come together, and even Gaara, who actually was pretty good friends with Naruto now, wants to protect Naruto, and so they actually send him into the same place where Killer Bee was sent to master his tail beast chakra. In the same place. This time only Yamato went, and Guy was actually protecting them, and since Kisame is still alive, the war will be a lot harder here, and so just saying, Kisame Obito still makes the same pact with, not pact literally, he still makes the same deal with Kabuto, since he has the body of Orochimaru, and Kisame is still sent to find intel on the location of Naruto Uzumaki, and so he finds them, but he gets killed by sending the location first to to Kabuto, and he kills himself like in the original. Anywho, that was pretty irrelevant. Anywho, now Naruto, who sorry, now Naruto, who actually was meditating and fighting the Nine Tails on his own, literally just trying to master its strength and prove himself. The Nine Tails going all out, and then basically the Nine Tails gave up because Naruto was too strong, and Naruto won and proved himself. Of course, when Naruto went out, he actually found out about the war and basically told them, why didn't they tell me him? And basically he wanted to get out of here and as soon as possible and go and fight on with his comrades, and he wants to go and help them, but of course they don't allow him at first. But in the end, Naruto still gets out because he's too strong. No one can really hold him back, and so after this, Naruto, since no one can really hold him back, Naruto actually goes off on his own into the war, and this time he actually breaks through the the barriers. Sorry guys, I just had a memory loss there. He breaks out the barriers on his own, and now Naruto, who has been fighting on his own throughout the war, and still meets Itachi, Uchiha, and I'm just saying, Satsuki got the Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, and during her time resting, she actually thought back on how she said goodbye to Naruto, and she was really sad about it. She wanted to say sorry, she didn't really mean it, and so Naruto, she actually decided to go and fight for Naruto, because she didn't. Obito really didn't care about Satsuki anymore, and didn't care at all. And so Naruto's like, Satsuki was like, I'm gone. And of course, Team Hebi, which is now Team Taka. Yes, Team Taka still is there, and of course she goes off on her own. And while Naruto actually helped Itachi get out of his get out of being controlled, Naruto Itachi was going to Kabuto now, and Satsuki still meets up with Itachi, and basically she wants an explanation, and Itachi says, not now, little sister, I cannot allow to I have to stop the reanimation jutsu as soon as possible, so please get out of my way already. And basically Satsuki's like, come back here already, and basically Itachi was getting kind of pissed. He's like, oh my god, allow it, please just allow it. And he tried to go off on his own, but of course Satsuki kept bugging him, and so Itachi decided to tell her that then she should help him beat Kabuto and stop the reanimation jutsu. And Satsuki's like, alright then, I'll do it. And basically now Satsuki Satsuki, who was actually in the war, is fighting with her brother. She's actually going to go and find Kabuto and annihilate him, because they need to stop Kabuto, since Kabuto is the reanimation jutsu caster, and they need to stop him, because if they can't stop the reanimation jutsu, they're pretty much finished. They're finished if they can't stop it, and the war will be won by the Akatsuki, because Naruto will be captured. And she's been told this, and she's like, wait, Naruto will be captured? And Itachi's like, yes, Naruto will be captured if you do not help. And she's like, I will definitely help, because she doesn't want her loved one to be captured by the Akatsuki, because she knows that the Akatsuki will literally kill him and by capturing him. And so she went off to actually fight Kabuto, and in the end she was able to actually beat Kabuto with her older brother, Itachi. And of course Itachi still shows the truth about she understands the truth about Itachi's past and why he killed his clan, their clan. and she was pretty sad, but is what is. She had to understand this, and yes. Anywho, now, now that Satsuki understood what really happened in the during the Uchiha massacre and why Itachi actually did it in the first place, she doesn't really hate him as much, and she joins the fight. Of course, she still wants an explanation why to become why do people want to become Hokage and everything, and so she actually wants to find out about, you know, why the what it means to become be a Hokage, and so she still gathers Team Heavy and revives Orochimaru to go and find, you know, well, to go and find out why people want to become people want to stay as Hokage, and you know, want to be Hokage in the first place, because she doesn't understand. She really does not understand this, and so she actually just I need to find out ASAP, as soon as possible. And yeah, now that Satsuki is finding out what it means to be Hokage and why Naruto wants to be Hokage and everything, Naruto was actually fighting the reanimated you know, Jinchuriki, and since here the reanimated Jinchuriki are 7, not only 6, 7, including Killer B, since Killer B died here. Naruto had a much harder fight, and in the end was able to save all the well, all of the tail beasts, and they all gave him power, and a lot more power here, and he met all the Jinchuriki, and Naruto was pretty sad for them because he's the only one alive now, and he promises them that he will avenge them and he will stop this war. And so he goes off to actually fight this war on his own, and he actually wants to get stronger with this power that he has, and Naruto can feel something stronger. He can feel that he can summon all the powers of the Jinchuriki. Not too much of it, but a bit of it. And this is what the Jinchuriki gave him as a gift. And so Naruto is like, alright, cool. This is pretty good. And so now Naruto is now now Naruto understands the true power, true meaning of power. Of course, now Madara got reanimated, and the 5 Kage were fighting off Madara, and they get annihilated just like in the original. And while that was happening, the war arc kind of went the same until Satsuki arrived. Satsuki, once she arrived, Naruto and Satsuki actually, well, by this time the 5 Kage, well, the other 4 Kage were reanimated, and now that they are reanimated, sorry, the war was a bit easier on Naruto, and he regained a bit of strength, but it is what it is. It doesn't really matter, since Naruto's pretty strong on his own, and Sakura was healing him anyways. And yeah, Satsuki arrived, and Naruto got pretty excited, and not that way anyway. And Naruto got excited, and basically they actually started fighting Obito together, you know, Obito, the Ten-Tails Jinchuriki, Jubito basically. And since the two had a much greater bond, they were able to actually create the Chroma Susanoo much quicker, and they were fighting together instead of fighting alone at first. And Naruto actually found out about using Sage mode much before. Well, he found out about Sage mode being effective against the Ten-Tails Jinchuriki before, since he actually was in Sage mode from the very beginning. And Naruto then said, how about we fight with all the tail beasts power? And basically Satsuki's like, what do you mean? And basically Naruto's like, just watch and see. And as soon as he says this, Satsuki's like, alright. And Naruto then basically creates a Rasengan. Well, I mean, sorry, not a Rasengan. Naruto pulls out the sword that Chroma has, and the sword actually is not a normal Susanoo sword like in the original. It's actually engulfed with lava, and it's kind of different from the original. He's actually using Son Goku's powers, Son Goku's you know, also called lava release, to actually boost the boost the sword's cutting powers and energy, so he does more damage on Jupiter, especially with Sage mode applied to it. It's much stronger than in the original, just a normal sword. Yes, way stronger here. And so Naruto and Satsuki were able to actually pull out the tail beasts much faster here. And yeah, anywho, now that that was done, of course Madara still gets pretty pissed and is that, yeah, that's enough, let me quickly annihilate everyone, since Obito was actually well, controlled by Zetsu to actually now reanimate Madara. And Madara, now that's reanimated, no one can really beat him. Even Naruto, with all this power, he can't beat him since he's out of chakra. And he's actually well, the nine toes is actually being extracted from him. And since Naruto was able to free all the other tail beasts, they were actually well, taken away by Madara. And Naruto, who is now pretty much dead, Naruto is dead now. Since he's dead now, of course, Satsuki is pretty pissed off, and so she actually goes off and tries to fight Madara on her own. And Madara says, "How about you join me, young Uchiha?" And of course, Satsuki's like, "No, I'll never join you." And she actually gets killed. And of course, well, not killed. Kabuto was actually helping to reanimate her, since all the 5 Kage are here now, and they were fighting well, with the other Kage and you know, the shinobi in the Shinobi Alliance. And yeah, of course, here it goes the same how they meet the Sage of Six Paths, and they actually get the Six Path Sage mode powers. Yes, that happens like in the original. And yeah, they come out and pretty much annihilate Madara, since Naruto is much stronger here. Since Satsuki already had Hashirama cells, she actually got a less of a boost, since she was already strong enough. And she only got that little push to actually get her Rinne Sharingan. And Naruto, who actually had got a much bigger boost than Satsuki here, than the original, he actually was able to unlock the Rinnegan. Yes, the Sage of Six Paths actually gave Naruto the Rinnegan, and the same exact Rinnegan as his own. Basically, literally, he can warp through time. It's like a space time. His own ability is like a space time ninjutsu. It's much different from any other Rinnegan ever seen in this Naruto verse. But Naruto can actually use space and time to actually well, he can bend space and time to just literally what's it called, to become unintangible. Basically, it's like the Kamui. He can basically become well, like a ghost. You can't touch him. That's what Naruto's new ability is, and Naruto only has one of them, just like Satsuki. Satsuki actually has both. Sorry, my bad. Since she had the Hashirama cell, she actually got both. And so Naruto and Satsuki, the 2 power couple, were able to annihilate Madara. But of course, Kaguya got reanimated, and Obito here actually helped out. And Naruto still actually, well, Obito gave one of his eyes to Kakashi, and Kakashi actually regained his Mangekyo, and basically Naruto regenerated it, and Obito gave the other one to Kakashi, and Naruto regenerated that one as well. But now that now that Naruto now that both Kakashi and Obito have the Rinnegan, well, not the Rinnegan, the 2 Mangekyo Sharingans, they can actually use the Susanoo together, and the Sakura is still there. Of course, Naruto being able to actually becoming the Jinchuriki of all the tail beasts, literally having all the Jinchuriki inside of him. He has all the beads now. He's able to use all the chakra together, and they were able to beat Kaguya. Anywho, after this, the war ended, and this time Satsuki never really wanted to do revolution, and she just hugged Naruto and kissed him, and that was pretty much it. Basically, then after this, of course, Naruto, the last happened, and Satsuki still wanted to go to repent, and basically Naruto's like, "How about you repent in the village?" And basically Satsuki's like, "No, I'm sorry, Naruto. and basically she leaves, and Naruto says okay. But right before she leaves, he actually tells whispers something to her that when she returns, they'll get married since they're gonna be the age. Anywho, and that was pretty much it. And I hope you'll enjoy this series. I know it was pretty rushed at the end, but it really didn't change much in the end. But it is what it is. I hope you'll enjoy it. Please subscribe to my second channel, the King of Fools now, and also follow Shoker on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Join my Discord server in the join my Discord server. Subscribe to Kazama, Ratreet, and Miniman123. And don't forget to use code MEME for 5% off on your next $49 plus order on Beautiful Halo, and 10% off with the code MEME if your order is over $99 plus. Anywho, use my link in the description. All the links are in the description below. And peace, guys. Hope you have a nice day.